from Central Florida, it's Indie Originals Live with your hosts, Felicia and Fresh. Tonight's musical guests, a bunch of incredibly talented indie artists you may not have heard of before, but who will most likely be tomorrow's biggest stars. Welcome to Indie Originals Live, episode 13 already, Felicia.
How can it be possible? We've done 13 now.
Well, we haven't been fired yet.
That is amazing.
Amazing. I don't think we've ever lasted 13 anything. My name is Chuck Fresh, and who are you?
I am Felicia B.
Felicia B. How are you this week?
I am doing good.
You ready for some kick-butt music from indie artists you've probably never heard of before?
I can't wait.
Oh, we got some good stuff for you this week, too, including a couple of replays. Remember, we do 2 replays from the week before. There are 2 favorite songs based on a very complex and complicated algorithm based on many, many things, let's just say. If you listen to the show before, you know exactly what that is. We should make that a trivia question. We could do call-in trivia. Can we do that?
We could. Why not?
Yeah, we'll get that going on. Listen, I wanted to tell you before we get started in the music, we have something very, very exciting that just happened last week. First, it was a small little local gathering of talent from the Orlando, Florida area. And somehow this thing mushroomed into a global competition for music, film, literature, and talent of all sorts called, what is it called, Felicia? The Indie Originals Live. What is it called?
That's a really good question.
The Indie Originals Live music, film, literature, and talent competition. I'm not actually sure. It's so big. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know that we've settled on that yet.
We need a real good acronym for that. But anyway, it's happening. The space is already booked for the finals, which will be June 15th, 2019. So that's happening no matter what. Let me tell you about this thing real quick because it's exciting. And if you're an indie act or if you know an indie act, you want to let them know about this because this is very, very exciting. It's the first time it's ever been done. So what's going to be? It's going to be this big, giant competition of indie musicians, of indie filmmakers, indie authors, and indie just about everything else. Everything from comedians to dancers, choreographers, spoken word poets. Fashion designers, that's right, models, cheerleaders. Are cheerleaders in this thing? I don't know if cheerleaders may be in it too, but just about anything you can think of that has anything to do with talent, it will be in this Indie Originals Live competition. And I think the website is up. We talked about it last time and it wasn't ready yet, but I think the website's up now. It's indieoriginalslive.com. I think we're going to flip that for the show, but you'll be able to get to either one. We're indieoriginals.com, and the contest right now is indieoriginalslive.com, but that could flip, but you'll be able to get from one to others. No big deal. But this is exciting. There'll be a small entrance fee for each band and each act to enter something, but there'll be great prizes and also the notoriety of being the top indie band, the top indie song, the top singer, the top artist, the top film, the top book, and many, many different categories. So being the first year, you get a really good chance of winning something, and you can use that in your marketing efforts. And again, there'll be a finals and a big ceremony, which will rival, I think it'll rival the CMAs and the Grammy Awards. Don't you think? You saw the plans too, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Mind-blowing. It's going to happen in Central Florida near Orlando. The first one will be here. I'm thinking the second one's going to be in Philadelphia.
I like it.
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think number 2 in 2020 ended up being in Philadelphia. We haven't fixed that yet, so stick around and stay tuned for that. We're going to start planning that very, very soon. So it's the Indie Originals Live Talent Competition for musicians, for filmmakers, for writers and artists, and just about anybody who has any sort of talent. You'll be involved in this thing, and you won't want to miss this for sure. It's going to be the coolest thing you've ever seen. I think we're going to live stream the finals, too, on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and Twitch and some other things I've never heard of. So it's very, very exciting. So stick around. Check out the website, Indie Originals Live, or indieoriginalslive.com, and also indieoriginals.com. Again, they're interchangeable. You can get either way. So without further ado, let's get some music on the air here. Well, first of all, is there anything exciting going on in your life?
Well, there could be. A little vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Need a vacation.
Fact,
yeah.
We are doing our next show on the world's largest cruise ship, aren't we?
That's right. Symphony of the Seas by Royal Caribbean.
That's right. We will be on there for 7 days. Right after we get out of the studio today, we're packing and heading out there to Miami.
That's right.
And we will actually record the next show on Symphony of the Seas. That'll be a first.
Yep. It's going to be great.
I don't think I've ever done a show from a cruise ship before.
You talk about doing some Facebook Live while we're out there.
We should absolutely do. I think people will get a kick out of that. So that's coming up next week. So lots of fun stuff coming on. Always fun stuff here on Indie Originals. You know what I mean? You know what we're talking about. Kick off some music. Los Angeles, California, and New York, New York quartet Braves are childhood best friends Ryan Colt Levy and Derek Tremont. Having experimented with a wide range of styles and sounds over the years, it wasn't until the addition of Thomas Killian McPhillips. Is this right? The seventh?
Yep. That's what it says.
Is there really a seventh?
There is. There
so
could
it means
be.
their first name and last name were exactly the same for 7 generations?
Yep.
Thomas Killian Do you think he's rich? Usually a third, like Thurston Howell the third, is like the rich guy. So 7's got to have mega bucks, right?
Sure.
Yeah, man. Hey, Thomas Killian McPhillips the seventh. Give us a call. We need some sponsorships for Indie Originals Live. You know what I mean? Well, he joined the band Braves in late 2012, and then things fell into place and Braves was born. From there, their music grew kind of organically into its own unique blend of soulful indie rock and pop that it is today. They're now joined by LA-born and raised singer-guitarist Scott Goldbaum, whose beautifully textured vocal sound and dynamic guitar playing has really elevated them to uncharted territory that they're just beginning to explore. And you'll hear this. Looking forward to the challenge of spreading their New York charm to the West Coast. Good luck with that. I don't think the West Coast likes New Yorkers. I think New Yorkers like West Coasters. I'm not sure how that's worth. I think that battle's still going on, but that's in the hip-hop genre. Anyway, their journey has brought them to L.A., where the band finds themselves in a place they've been working towards for their whole career, man. With a whole slew of buzz behind them, Braves are releasing new singles helmed by collaborator and producer Grayson Sanders. So, and this song is just gorgeous. You'll hear it for yourself. Check out Bitter Sea. Bitter Sea, S-E-A. The band is Braves, and this is IOL.
On You are tuned to the hottest indie music source in the entire world. This is Indie Originals Live. With your host, legendary DJ and performance artist, Chuck Fresh.
A Brilliant Lie is an explosive, energetic, alternative rock band from Orlando, produced by a legendary producer, James Paul Wisner, who also produced, check it out, Paramore.
What?
Yeah. Didn't we see Paramore way back when at Warped Tour?
We saw them on their first Warped Tour. I don't want to give it away what year that was. A billion years ago.
That's what I thought.
I think I was still the oldest person there then.
You were.
Yeah, I probably was. It was a bad day.
Having received airtime on many of the Southeast's largest clear channel and college radio stations, they're no strangers to the acclamation of the mainstream, performing alongside the likes of Amberlin, Minus the Bear, Passion Pit, and other renowned acts has propelled them to headline performances at the world-famous House of Blues, State Theater, Freebird Live, and numerous sought-after music festivals, including Sunfest, Florida Music Festival, and Rocklahoma?
Rocklahoma?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I like that. I've never been to that one.
I haven't heard of that one. If they aren't touring in a smelly van, they are probably out giving high fives. Catch A Brilliant Lie this year. The hype is real. They've been everywhere from New York to Milwaukee. Here's Always at Odds by A Brilliant Lie on IOL.
And I can't This is your president speaking. Chuck Fresh is a man after my own heart. He's not afraid to grab him by the, well, you know what I mean. I hated his old show, Local Beat Live, the worst, terrible. But this show, Indie Originals Live, it's tremendous, the best. When I'm not golfing or tweeting from the toilet, my senior staffers will find me holed up in a closet listening to Indie Originals Live. And that Felicia, beautiful, tremendous. Listen to Indie Originals Live every week. Or you may be investigated by the FBI. Just kidding. Fake news. Thank you.
Takes So Long is a song about me being out of control. Would you agree with that?
You are out of control.
I'm out of control. It's about letting go and starting again, Felicia. It's about...
How many times have you started again?
It's about change. The track emanates energy, kind of like you emanate hate towards me, and rebelliousness, both lyrically and musically. Beginning with a simple guitar riff, it soon evolves into a track with an anthemic melody and a commanding and assertive drum beat. Something like that, but much cooler. Hailing from the streets of Belfast. Is that Ireland?
It is, I
Shut
believe.
the front door. ABQ, which I did see abbreviated as Albuquerque, if I'm not mistaken. ABQ. I don't know. I could be wrong with it. It's a 4-piece indie pop band. They've already been likened to bands such as Imagine Dragons and Snow Patrol. Two very cool bands to be likened to. And now they're on the legendary radio program Indie Originals Live, Felicia. Can you believe that? They've come a long way.
That's awesome.
Check it out. Here's Take So Long by ABQ on IOL.
So, this is where you go when you need to get away. A ghost lost among the snow when the wheels begin to break. I know I'm not in control though.
Sarah Ann Darling is an American country singer and songwriter from Nashville. We have a lot of people from Nashville these days. Sarah was a top 3 finalist on E! Entertainment Television's reality show, The Entertainer, hosted by Wayne Newton. Yeah. Sarah Darling will take you on a whimsical ride with songs about stars and when cowboys used to ride away into the sunset. She calls her sound dream country. Sarah Darling has released several albums with close to 1 million downloads worldwide and 2 #1 videos on CMT and GAC. Her greatest hit, Home to Me, led to performances on Conan O'Brien, Fox and Friends, and opening for artists like Carrie Underwood and Casey Musgraves.
Shut the front door.
That's pretty good.
That's heavy.
Sarah's dream of playing the Grand Ole Opry came true in 2011. She's been there, check this out, over 80 times now.
No big deal, right?
Yeah, right? Her latest album, Dream Country, features the standout single, Haley's Comet. Check it out. Here's Sarah Darling on IOL.
Look at the sky, he said, it's going by, he said, Haley's Comet won't be back for years. A spinning world, I was a little girl, I was sure and honest, hadn't tasted fear. What was it about that time that keeps me staring at the sky, hoping someday I would find in the mystery there's a place for me to shine. Chase the dream, he said, you were born to sing, he said, so I stepped out on that darkest stage. When the lights hit me, fire hot lit me, in the spotlight a star was made. What was it about that time that keeps me hanging on the line, hoping someday I would find in the mystery there's a place for me to shine, to shine, to shine, to shine. Spark and burn, I will wait my turn, I will trust the gravity, trust the light. In the middle of the night, I'll be staring at the sky, hoping someday I would find in the mystery, waiting patiently, there's a place for me to shine.
You found it. The hottest source for all new original music you haven't heard anywhere else. This is Indie Originals Live, IOL, with your host Chuck Fresh. We'll be back with more killer tunes right after these short words.
Hey, I'm Tim Cruise from Cruise Reviews. Look, have you even cruised yet? No? Well, what are you waiting for? It's fabulous! Look, the Titanic sank like 1,000 years ago. No radar, a riveted ship, not enough lifeboats, and some drunk captain. Who knows? It ain't gonna happen again, friends. Look,
More than 20 million people cruise annually. The odds of dying on a cruise ship are roughly 1 in 6.25 million. It's much more dangerous to drive in your stupid car, where the odds of dying in a crash are like 1 in 645, something stupid like that. Cruising is one of the safest vacations on earth. Take it from me, I'm afraid of everything, but I cruise like a maniac. And it's stupid affordable. Think about it this way. How else can you unpack once and see multiple cities or even countries without changing hotels, finding transportation, worrying about changing your money, or getting food poisoning? Your hotel is included, your meals are included, your transportation to each port is included. Your friggin' hotel follows you around, people. You enjoy a 5-course formal meal. You then see this big Broadway show like Hairspray or Cats. You hit the hay and wake up in another country without lifting a finger. It's fabulous! That's why cruising is one of the fastest growing family vacations in the world. For those of you who are still kind of new to cruising, let our experts help you make the most of your cruise vacations. My name is Tim Cruise. You might have heard of Tom Cruise, you know that guy? We might be related somehow, I'm not really sure. Only I'm just much better looking anyway. I run a blog called Cruise Reviews. You can find it online at www.timcruises.com. That's timcruises.com. There's links to our Facebook and YouTube pages with tons of free information about cruises, special offers, and general tips to make your vacation, what? Fabulous! Our professional travel agent partners post cruise ship articles, insider news, sneaky, and videos that you may find helpful. And please add your own findings and secrets if you're familiar with cruising to our comments section on each of our articles. Sharing is caring. Bookmark Cruise Reviews, follow our blog, and share it with everyone you know. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our entertaining videos too, starring me, Tim Cruises. That's www.timcruises.com, just like it sounds. Tim Cruises with an S on the end.com. Thanks and enjoy, and I'll see you on the 7 Seas. Fabulous!
You are tuned to the hottest indie music source in the entire world. This is Indie Originals Live, IOL, with your host, legendary DJ and performance artist Chuck Fresh. You too can hear your own original music here on IOL. Visit our website for details, indieoriginals.com, or swing by our Facebook page at Indie Originals. Originals. Replay.
Yo, Chuck Fresh with you on Indie Originals Live, along with Felicia, and every week we do this thing called Replays, where we give the artist from the last week 2 songs from the last week, another replay. So they get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's 2 for free. 2 times 0 is 0, right?
That's true. And it's very hard to pick these.
It is really hard. This week especially was really hard, but we did pick a couple of songs from last week that we dig. And my choice for the replay, for the IRL replay of the week, is a song by Run-Raquel, an energetic 4-piece rock band from Orlando, right here in Orlando, with a mission to bring feel-good music to their audiences. Lead singer Marilyn Friedland says the studio is her favorite place to be. It's kind of weird because a lot of people say the live stage is their favorite place to be, but Marilyn is like me. She likes to be in the studio. I hate to be out in public, but I do it because I have to. She digs creating new ideas and making them into art to share with the world. The second Run-Raquel EP may be complete, but there's so much more music inside her, she says. Her influences are pretty wide-ranging, from Led Zeppelin, Amy Winehouse, Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, Walk the Moon, The Killers, Earth, Wind & Fire, and Stevie Wonder. Get a little bit of soul in there, you hearing that? Here are Marilyn Friedland, Daniel Kelly Howard, and Kevin Green. The band is Orlando, Florida's Run-Raquel. The song is It's Gonna Take a Little Longer, as my IOL replay of the week.
It's gonna take a little longer. It's gonna take a little time. I know my love for you's growing stronger. I just can't seem to unwind. When all is lost and you can't find your way,
Originals. Replay.
Following in the footsteps of countless musicians and artists, jc-Andersen now calls Nashville again his home. You know, they've got to be running out of room in Nashville for all these bands.
Aren't the Chrisleys there now?
They were. I don't know where they are now, but yeah. With bandmates all hailing from different states around the U.S., these musicians somehow came together over the last decade to form this band of brothers, now playing towns all across the nation. You've seen them on tour, opening for acts like, oh my gosh, Keith Urban, Tracy Byrd, Leanne Rimes, Lone Star, Brad Paisley, Daryl Worley, Trace Adkins, and Toby Keith. Those are some big names. Yeah. jc-Andersen was one of the lucky 6 national finalists on the TV hit show The Next Great American Country Star, where he placed 3rd overall on the live finale.
Nice.
So far, their discography includes 2 records. The first in 2005, When the Tide Rolls In, sold thousands of copies, ushering in the long-awaited production of their follow-up album released in 2012, Where the Weak Get Strong. Their 3rd album, not titled yet, is scheduled for release soon. Here's one of the upcoming singles from the new project. This is I Go Out. The artist is jc-Andersen, and this is IOL.
I went out last Monday thinking that I'd be just fine. And Tuesday saw a friend play at a local bar I like. Wednesday I tried staying in, but I still went out. Just because my body's laying here don't mean I'm still around. I go out every single night, scroll to your name, it's and hang up at least a dozen times. And every time I think I'll be alright, I go out of my mind. Thursdays they've got 2 for $1 at the corner of my street. No matter what I do on Friday, I can't drink enough sleep. And you think by Saturday that I'd be over you, but I cuss and pray through Sunday, 'cause it's the best that I can do. I go out every single night, scroll to your name, it's and hang up at least a dozen times. And every time I think I'll be alright, I go out. I go out of my mind. Just when I think I've had enough and I'm ready to give up, I see something that reminds me of you. And I go out just like every other night, scroll to your name, hits and hang up at least a dozen times. I go out every single night, scroll to your name, hits and hang up at least a dozen times. And every time I think I'll be alright, I go out, yeah, go out of my mind. Every single time I go out of my mind.
This is Jones. You may have heard me on a documentary talking about Earth, or perhaps you've witnessed my masterful impersonation of Darth Vader. I wholeheartedly recommend this radio broadcast, Indie Originals. I honestly don't know much about Chuck Fresh, but what I can tell you The force is strong with this one.
Nashville, again, based indie rock pop outfit. There got to be no room in Nashville anymore. We should just go to Nashville. You probably can't even move. Unbelievable. And Vacation-Manor is in Nashville, along with everyone else this week. Their story might sound like something out of a feel-good movie, but it's real life. Singer and guitarist Nathan Towles met Cole Young, Dane Spearman, and Carson Cody at a music festival in the band's birthplace of Lynchburg, Virginia, while looking for the musicians to join him at his college's Battle of the Bands in Washington, D.C. After winning that showcase with only one practice the night before, they knew something was right. The group released their first EP, Girl Say, in 2016, and the follow-up single, Fading, in 2017. Vacation-Manor has accrued more than 5 million Spotify streams and performed their unique brand of warm, bright, heartfelt musings all around the Midwest and East Coast. It's possible if you've heard some of this group's songs in Starbuck, Gap, and the Banana Republic. The band's latest album, Everything I Can't Say Out Loud, was recorded live to 2-inch tape. That's some old school stuff there, capturing the four pieces' imaginative and tight-knit feel by producer-engineer Charlie Stavish in Joshua Tree, California. Vacation-Manor's honest and reflective songs of romantic hopefulness, longing, loss, and rebirth are both catchy and thoughtful. You'll dig this as much as we do, believe me. Here's A Toast and a Spirit by Vacation-Manor on IOL.
How to Start a Revolution from the Bottom of a Garden Shed. So goes Some Velvet Morning's best loved anthem from their second album, Allies, living up to their signature song. Some Velvet Morning have taken their music around the world, from Paris to Bangkok, from New York to Moscow. Formed in North London by brothers Desmond and Gavin Lambert, along with Rob Flanagan, Some Velvet Morning first began playing together in the mid-2000s, mixing their love of British 80s pop, which I love, such as Depeche Mode and Tears for Fears, with the more classic sounds of Fleetwood Mac and Pink Floyd. With Coldplay's producer Rick Simpson at the helm, their debut album, Silence Will Kill You, spawned 2 radio hits, Losing My Mind and Propaganda, leading the band to a nomination for XFM Album of the Year in 2007.
What's XFM, Felicia? You're from Europe.
Wow, we're going way back. I'm not really sure.
I don't know what that means. That's pretty cool, though, right?
That is awesome.
Album of the year.
That is awesome.
That's heavy.
The movies followed in 2010 when their song How to Start a Revolution became the stomping backdrop to the international trailer for the blockbuster Kick-Ass. The success not only secured the band further film placements, but also helped fuel a crowdfunding campaign for the band's second album. Some Velvet Morning raised a staggering £100,000 in just 6 weeks. In the UK, the band's anthems proved a runway success on sports television and radio, not only becoming key fixtures on 5 Live, Sport Talk, and the BBC's Match of the Day, they also providing a soundtrack for thousands to stomp their feet to as the tracks were played across the country's football terraces. And now, America will hear what all the fuss is about. This is Some Velvet Morning. The track is No Walls, and this is IOL.
Hey y'all, Big J in the house. The Lord has a special place in his heart for indie music. That's why he hath bestowed upon thee Indie Originals Live, the award-winning #1 podcast for indie music. He and I have blessed that Felicia and her sidekick, Chuck Fresh, with the gift of recognition. These fine souls have the unique gift of being able to choose the most amazing indie music on earth. It's biblical, man. Look, don't take my word for it. Listen for yourself. Indie Originals Live. Available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, iHeart, and everywhere great podcasts are heard. Thanks, y'all. Bless you. Jesus out.
All right. Remember, IndieCon and the Indie Originals Live Talent Competition. You need to look that up because it's going to happen fast and furious. You have a 3-month window to enter. It's between January 1st and I think March 31st of 2019. So you need to get your best work together and get that up and ready to roll and into our grubby little hands for big prizes and recognition in the Indie Originals Live music and film and book and talent competition. It just about covers every category of talent you could possibly imagine. It's all happening. You can check it out at indieoriginalslive.com. More information and entry forms and all the rules and fun stuff will be there. So make sure you tell everybody you know. If you're an indie band, get yourself up there and register for this because you could win some valuable prizes and also the recognition and the right to call yourself an award-winning band. That's pretty cool. All happening January 1st, 2019. More information on our website, indieoriginals.com or indieoriginalslive.com. Now we're down to our last song. I want to thank you all and also all our listeners on our 15 radio stations?
I think it's 11.
I think it's 11 markets and 15 radio stations.
You could be right.
I think we're up to 15 radio. So thank you, regardless. So thank you. And all our podcast listeners, too, our thousands of podcast listeners all over the world. Thanks for checking in and following us. Remember to follow us on Facebook, like us, share us, and tell your friends about it. The bigger we get, the more fun we can have and the more we can give you. I'd like to take this show to 4 hours. It could happen. Monkeys could fly out of my butt. Check it out. Cooper the Band is a Bramley. Do you know what a Bramley is, Felicia?
No, don't think I do.
Yes, it's a new abbreviation. It's for band, friends, family. A Bramley.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Never heard that before.
Got it. No, haven't heard that.
Composed of 6 massive music nerds, they call themselves. Cooper, Phoebe, Trish, Joe, Matt, and Will, with minds to rhyme and 12 hot feet. I love it. Split between Nashville and Jackson, Tennessee, the band has found success nationally. Featured on networks like HBO, ESPN, and True TV, as well as the hit show Without a Trace. Cooper the Band, it's all one word. Cooper the Band. You have to say it real quick. Can you say that, Felicia?
Cooper the Band.
You're good. He's also hugely plugged into the local music scene and often finds himself on podcasts like this one, regional television shows, and the occasional old-fashioned newspaper article, believe it or not. There's still newspapers? To date, Cooper the Band has released 3 albums. Kingdoms in 2017, Kings in 2012. Are you seeing a theme there? Kingdoms and Kings. And then in 2010, they didn't get to the king thing. It was kind of venture. So they ventured into the kingdom. You following all this, Felicia? Come on, keep up.
I'm trying.
Check it out. This is a great song by Cooper the Band. It's called Rebels. This is IOL.
On the dashboard, I can't take it anymore. Dive, try to feel something, scream. I don't hear anything. I watch the hours go by. I heard this town was supposed to be quiet.
hours go by. I heard this town was supposed to be quiet. No sleep tonight. I'll stop trying to fight it. Halfway there, we're not scared. I can't breathe. You and me. Halfway there, we're not scared. I can't breathe. You and me.
You've probably heard of a bunch of work-at-home scams. Most of them are crappy sales jobs, and some actually make money by asking you to pay them to get involved. No way I'm doing that. I'm not that stupid. I've checked into all of them. What if I told you there is one legit work-from-home opportunity? And I've actually done this one myself. I'm Indie Originals host Chuck Fresh. I've been teaching Chinese children English from my freaking studio and earning up to $4,300 a month. I have check stubs to prove it. It's crazy. No, you don't have to know a lick of Chinese. I don't. And this company provides the lessons plans and everything for you. It's that stupid easy. Set your own schedule and work when you want. I have to admit, since China is 12 hours ahead of New York, the hours can be a little freaky, but it's a great way to supplement a band gig, a recording project, or even your day job. All you need is a college degree in like anything, basket weaving, music, who cares? And you need a computer with a webcam, but who doesn't have one of those now? And you have to like dealing with 5 to 10-year-old kids. Hey, that's no problem for me. My wife says I act 5. VIP Kid is the global leader in online education with over 500,000 students and more than 60,000 teachers. And they are growing like crazy and they need you. Listen, for more scoop, including some really informative videos that describe this whole deal in only a way that I can, visit my website, www.eslgig.com. That's Ernie, Sam, Larry, Gig. Just like a gig, a music gig. eslgig.com and check it out for yourself. VIP Kid, man. Great gig. Earn some extra money and have a lot of fun while you're doing it. eslgig.com. Check it out.